I'm so-and-so and I just got $1 million in sales from my fashion business. But the question should be, how long did it take you to get? How many times did you fail to get to that $1 million in sales? As someone who has attempted a business with no type of knowledge and system in place, I could definitely just give you guys some pointers. If this is your first time logging on to this channel, hey y'all, my name is Mikara Reid of Emergetype, and this is the community where I help fashion brands, designers, and service providers on building a better system for the back of your house so you can communicate more efficiently and also plan and organize a lot better. So over a decade ago, I closed my business within 2 years of operations. Yes, I will openly say that, and actually proudly. I'm going to proudly say that. There was no sales pipe in place. There was no customer. I'm going blank. The CRM, there was no networking plan or even a marketing plan in place. I was just basing it off of my connections with the people that I had, people I knew, the people I came across, because, the way that I look, I'm aware of how I look. I definitely draw attention, and I thought I could make it. I just raised the question to you, how bold do you have to be to start a business and expect the best? I know it's a common thing nowadays, but it's not that easy what people say it is. I'm sorry to be the person to just dampen your day, but I'm just a very practical person, and I want to see you win. But you got to know the truth. You got to know the truth. I mean, some people do have it. Some people just get it out the gate, but a lot of us just don't. A lot of the greatest, and I'm definitely going to say a lot of the greatest, because I do read a lot of books. A lot of the great businessmen that you see that are like in their 40s, 50s, 60s, they have failed a lot, but they were able to get back up. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about, I'm calling myself out on how I failed, why I failed, and kind of give you guys some starter pointers on what you need to think about if you are interested in starting your fashion business brands or your fashion business, or getting into the fashion service provider, because I currently am a fashion service provider, and I also have worked with fashion brands. So let's get back into the topic of how my small business failed, but yet it helped me prepare for a thriving business today. Unfortunately, that's not how successful business just works. Just using your connections, your little bit of connections, you have to continue wanting to grow. And you also need to have a good back of your house, your BOH. I know you hear that term kind of with the restaurants, but I think it's very important to know it when you're in business, because the back of the house is, what are your templates? Do you have templates in line so you can just bang out the images that you want to do, or you want to write an email? Do you have those templates set up? Those things make things a lot easier, and for you to just work on it for like a minute and keep it moving. Or if you have enough funds already saved up, or you can spend disposable money, you could just give the template to your virtual assistant and they can just do the work for you. So making the job a lot more easier. Also, I had absolutely no marketing plan, meaning back when I started, social media was just getting started. When I mean just getting started, Facebook was still only allowed college students. You only could sign up with your college email with the .edu. There was no one else allowed. In Instagram started popping off when I finished college. So when I had an entrepreneurial mindset. I wanted to try it out. That's just the type of person I am. And I just had no marketing plan, and I just winged it. Like I get a lot of attention everywhere I go because I did travel at least. But unfortunately, that did not translate to sales. And that's just wishful thinking without really planning out who are you going to market? who's your core audience? Who are you targeting? Are you targeting men or women? Are you targeting, certain age group? Are you targeting a certain ethnicity? Are you targeting a certain region? Are you targeting, a specific type of group, a community? There's just so many layers of who you're targeting. And once you know that's just like the bare minimum surface level. Now you need to know, where do they go? So you can actually start marketing your product or your service. Also, once you start having your marketing plan down pat, you also need to definitely have budgeting. Budgeting is something I had to come a long way. You guys know that. I know it's like a social media picture where it's like success in reality, and it's like a whole bunch of zigzags. That was me when it came to finances. I was definitely a liability majority of my 20s. I just did not comprehend budgeting. Where'd my money go? I can make the money, but I just never knew where the heck did my money go. So I was just spending, not knowing where it was allocated, where it was going, it was just a mess. So budgeting is definitely the number 2 thing I just failed at. I think that was probably like the number 1 thing. I was just spending. I spent money on the products. I spent money on things that was not necessary because I didn't know who my target audience was. So it was just, I want that. That looks good. Let's do this. This is trendy. Let me do that. It wasn't really catering to who my core customer was. So marketing, definitely number 1, not knowing who my core was, where I was going with the marketing strategy. Number 2, the budgeting. I just was spending because I knew I had money. It was more money than I could, ever imagine coming out of college, actually having a great job out of college, and just was spending it like, oh, whatever, I'll make it back because I know I'm going to make it in sales. I just was that confident. And it just did not go. And I'm definitely going to have to say my third one that really failed me outside of my finances. Whew. Y'all ready for this one? I had absolutely no type of system. Now let me explain. A lot of people, those commercials that you see, that's why I started out this video with that saying, but a lot of people, show you the exterior of the business. They'll show you the brand identity, the logo. After months or years of grinding it out, and they show you the cash, they just flaunt it, or they show you pictures of them shipping stuff out or them at work. But the back end, something that I really specialize in, and what I'm definitely going to be creating a community around, the back end. Let's get right into it. So as I lightly got into templates are just so helpful when it comes to, pitching yourself or when it comes to creating huddle meetings with your teammate, or knowing what is being distributed on certain days. So say if you have products, say you do Monday, Wednesday, Friday is shipping days. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays is the days where you are heavy on social media. So you do maybe you do about 6 posts per day. You also do a live at nighttime. So those are just the back end. And when you have those set up, you also have like an Excel sheet that lays out the color the color codes or the product names that's going to be advertised on the social media. All this, organization that you need to have on the back end so that you can move smarter, you can move quicker. And when you do have a full-fledged team and you explain this to them during the beginning phases, your work ethic and just moving swiftly in and out of things is just going to be so smooth, and everyone's just going to be like, man, this is like a true professional. But that is what I meant by this system. Just winging stuff was something that I was just notorious for as a 22-year-old trying to get myself into the entrepreneurial, but I just had a hard time just trying to find my groove until I found an amazing mentor and kind of just sat me down and made me realize I think the rude awakening was the cost breakdown. When I gathered all my receipts, and then he asked me, how much time do you think you've been spending on this? So I just took a approximate guess. It was months worth of sweat equity and just me just driving around, pricing stuff. That's still cost. But I had not gotten none of that money back. I had barely broke even. And that's only because I had insurance on my products, and UPS destroyed a nice portion of my products. So I had barely broke even from the inventory that I had, but that still did not pay for all the things that I did to prepare for this business. So needless to say, I want you guys to just really learn from my experience. I'm definitely going to dive more into just how to plan your back of the house a lot more better, since I have practiced it over the years. And then I also have just gravitated to some amazing business mentors who have really, really sharpened my skills. And now I'm just like, I'm just immaculate at it now, because now that all I do is tighten up the back end of my business, and I am my own business owner. I don't work for anybody else. I want to share the wealth to you guys. So we're definitely going to get into organizing, planning, and just touching into knowing who your target market is, because it's definitely going to play an effect on how you are going to be organized on the back end. I think it's so important. So communicating effectively, whether it's internal or external. So I hope you guys enjoyed my little brief story, and how I got into how I got into this little space. But I definitely just called myself out, but it's a proud call out. I think I'm very grateful for failing, especially at that age. It made me just realize and embark into what could have been done differently, what I need to do next time, and definitely pay more attention to your customers. That's another free bonus tip as well. There's just so many things I took account, but I think the main ones that aligned with the direction that I want to go with this channel, listening to your core and also aligning it with your business core, you can never, ever lose. Because right now, as an image consultant for another business, I'm just so grateful to have the amazing clients that I have, and they've stuck through me. They stuck with me through the pandemic, and they still are my clients. So understanding your core, no matter if you are a service provider, business brands, is very, very important, but you also need to know your brand core so it can be congruent together. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little story, me calling myself out and just sharing with you guys how I just taking accountability for my downfall. But I think it's a beautiful thing. It's always needed. Everything is not picture perfect like it is on social media, and just vibe out with it. And now that you have social media, a community, it'll be a lot more easier to find some type of camaraderie to bettering yourself, or talk to people who've actually failed and is able to give you sounding advice, especially as someone who is still active in business. So if you like this story, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and drop a comment down below. Let me know if y'all want to hear more. If you liked this type of content, there will be more. I know I have been slacking. It's just been so much going on. I wanted to make sure it was perfect. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, but no, there's gonna be some more. Shout out to, I forgot his name, but Big Daddy something. I forgot. It's Big Daddy something. But thank you so much for the comment. I said, I need to get back to making a video on here. What am I doing? I'm going to do Savage X Fenty next. So thank you for that comment of you watching the Skims video. but I will be doing Savage X Fenty next as my brand to market evaluation, and we're going to get right into it. So, all right, make sure to share, comment, subscribe. There will be some more. Welcome to Emergetype, your source for your fashion business back of the house, and I'm out.